This is a video to show you how to weave in the ends, and I'm just going to show you how I do that, how I prefer to do it. There's so many different ways out there. This is just the way I do it. I'm going to weave in the ends on my little scrubby I made here. So I have my yarn tail cut. I'm going to thread my yarn needle. So I'm just using this nice yarn needle, and I'm going to go ahead and thread that yarn needle real quick. And everybody does it different, so it's just however you prefer to do it. So what I like to do is I like to go one direction, then come back one direction, and then go back. So I like to do it like 3 ways. That way it kind of secures it and locks it in good for me, but I'll show you how I do that. So I'll zoom in. So I'm going to take my needle and I just kind of go and I'm just inserting it through a few. And if you're comfortable doing it, you can go through more than just one. But the scrubby yarn is a little stretchy, so I like to kind of go through a couple at a time. So now I'm going to go ahead and take this and go underneath a few more. And I don't want to get snagged, have my needle get snagged in one of those stitches, so that's why I like to kind of go through a few at a time. So there, I started there and I went to there with my needle, and I'm just going to go ahead and push that through and pull it. And as I pull, I'm just kind of holding right here to help guide that through. And I'm not pulling too tight because I don't want to make this tight here. And then I'm going to go ahead and go a little bit more down. So I'm just going to go back in there and go right here. And then I like to do a knot. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a little knot real quick. So I came out of this little loop. I'm just going to reinsert my needle there. And pull that needle. And I'm not going to pull it all the way through. I'm going to leave a little bit of a loop. And that way I can reinsert my yarn needle through that loop and make a knot, which I'm going to do that right now. And my tail is a little big, so it got stuck over there. There we go. So now I reinserted it in the loop, and now I'm going to pull that yarn and tighten this knot. So I'm just pulling it and pushing with my nail down so the knot is nice and tight and close to the project. There we go. You don't want all of that work that you did to come undone. Okay, so now I'm going to take that needle and just kind of go underneath one more loop or two. And I may do a little overweaving, but you know, I believe that all your work, you don't want it to come undone. So now I'm happy with that. So I came from here and went to there. So now we're going to go back, and I usually like to go down. So we're going to go ahead and go down. So I just kind of try to find a nice little path to go down a row. just like this. And now I'm going to take my yarn needle and I'm going to go back in that same direction that I came from. Just taking my needle and going into that direction. And see right here how it can get snagged. So I like to try to be a little more careful with this. There we go. And then I'm going to do it again. And just kind of go through a few. There we go. Okay, and I'm gonna do it just a few more. And of course, you know, there are so many different ways. So it's just whatever you prefer. Okay, and a lot of times people would be happy with this and just snip it there, but I like to do it one more time going in this back direction. So I like to go 3. So we went this way and we came back this direction, and now we're going to go back that way. And again, I like to usually go down a row. So I'm just going to take my needle and just go down. Now it just gives it that extra security, I feel. And I'm just going to go down a little bit and pull that through. And then I'm done. And then I'm going to go ahead, grab my scissors, and snip it as close as I can to my work, just like that, and then stretch it out. And that is it, and that's how I weave in my ends. I hope this was helpful to you, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.